Hey everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your very own Dragonica Chapter 5 private server. So basically this is the real Chapter 5 private server. No fake Hydra or nothing like that. This is clean Chapter 5 source code, files, database and client. So if you want to set this up, it's not that difficult. What we have to do, we have to begin with installing SQL. So I already made a video about this and you can watch it right now. Which is SQL Server 2017 Express Edition. So we're gonna go with basic. My language in Norwegian is not supported and we're gonna continue in English. Accept and install in C drive. So the installation might take a little bit of time. Let's see. Let's see. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Installing. It shouldn't take too long time, but depending on your PC, it could take longer than others. In my case, I don't have the world's strongest PC, so it takes a little bit of time. But eventually it's gonna be there. Let's see. Let's see. It's almost done. Almost done. Okay, it's done. Close, exit, yes. Okay, so now that you've finished installing SQL Server, you can go to Management Studio. It doesn't really matter. I prefer to use SQL Server 2017 or 2019. It doesn't really matter. You can use those. Preferably the newest ones are the better ones. So what we have to do here, we have to restore the databases. Okay, so to restore the databases, we can just copy paste this URL here. We copy it. We don't want to update. Nope, no thank you. Okay, we go back here. We go into database. Right click, restore database. Device, click here, and then we paste like this. We want to take this. Okay, take this, we do it again. Restore device, do it again, GM. So all of these files here are super clean. I've spent a lot of time making them clean. I've spent a lot of time fixing the bugs. Spend a lot of time just making sure they're working, that there's no issues with them, and yeah. So this is pretty much the first time you're gonna see real Chapter 5 private server release. Because usually there's like Hydra or any of the buggy server files that has a lot of custom stuff in it. But this one, no. This one is completely clean. And added some cool GM outfits and stuff like that for Drakans, and or not new GM items, but like added GM set for Drakans, because they didn't really exist in the original files, only for human. Anyways, it's pretty irrelevant for a normal average user, but it's just something nice that I thought I would add. Okay, we're almost done restoring all the databases. It's looking good so far. The last one, and here. Now we have everything in here. The last one. Okay, now we have everything done. So what we have to do now, we have to create a database user for this one. So I'm going to do like previously. I am going to click security. I'm going to click login, new login, and we're going to make a user called Dragonica Tutorials, like before. Dragonica Tutorials. I'm going to click off the enforce password. 123456. We're going to make the password 123456. The reason why we're making the username like this and the password like this is because then it's just going to work straight out of the box, pretty much in the files. Okay. Now we made a user here. Perfect. Now what we have to do is we have to right click this user. We have to allocate it to the databases. Properties, user mapping, and now we have to select each of the database one by one. We click DB owner and click this one, DB owner, 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 this one, and this one. Perfect. We have everything related to the DR2. We don't need to use these ones. Okay. Perfect. Now we can see that they have added a user on each of them to each of the databases. Sorry. Okay, perfect. Now we got it all set up. All right, now we can go back here and we can go in, we can go back here and we can check the server files. So basically in here, you can see that there's a lot of stuff. There are website files, there are tools, there are source code, patcher files, the MP pack, and this is the output where if you compile something, the exes will come here. Okay, anyways, we're gonna go to server files and we're gonna go to patch. We're gonna go to config and we're going to open all of these. So we have right click, edit with notepad, and we see in here, now we have everything opened. We are checking them. This one, don't need to modify, don't need to modify. So what you're seeing here is that everything already has the ID and it has the passwords already. So that's perfect. That means we don't need to edit these at all. So I already put up these on all of the files. However, if you see address, you have to modify this to your own Management Studio address. So go back to Management Studio and copy paste the server name here. Copy paste this and paste it in here. Obviously, I have all of them already made for myself, so I'm not going to modify it. But you have to replace all of these inside all of the places where they are put. Like here, logdb, And in immigration DB, you have to modify the addresses here. And in here, GMDB, you have to go back more to the left. And just generally make sure, like here, you can see there's many that you have to replace. And here, and here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So you have to modify all the addresses to your own SQL address, because they will be different from mine, obviously. So once we have that done, we have set up the database. So if we want to compile our own executable right now, then it's very important that we download this. This is Visual Studio 2019. It's a specific version of Visual Studio 2019. It's one, yeah, we can click it and run it. So here, this is the installer. Yeah, I'm gonna download it and install it. I'm not gonna show you guys how to install it from scratch because I already have it installed. So here you can see that I have the version 16.6.5. Sorry. This version here works straight out of the box with the source code. So it doesn't have any issues or anything at all. So it's very important if you download this that you're going to be clicking import configuration. When you import the configuration, you're going to have to look this prompt here. You can just copy paste it, for example. Sorry. Copy paste this URL because this is where I have all the files, and paste it in here. And then you're basically going to be loading this file. We can do the vsconfig now that we have the proper location for this. Okay, and then we click review details. Basically, you're going to install the specific tools for Visual Studio 2019 available that you need to compile the source code, because you can't just download this and without downloading the other configuration stuff that I have. Obviously, I already have this imported because it's mine. But you have to click here, you have to download it and install it, and you have to import configuration, and you have to locate this file. So here you can just click this, and you can just browse for it and click this vsconfig file here. And then click review details. And then you should install it and install all the necessary things. So once it's done, we can go back. We can go back to the source code. And we can open, for example, freedomall. This is the source code for the client. So we open freedomall.sll. I'm gonna just double click it because I already have Visual Studio 2019 here. It's perfect. Okay, so everything is good, and we can just right click it, and we can just pretty much build it. So it's important that you always build the source code whenever you don't have the executable up. For example, you can't build if you have the game already open or the server already opened. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick, but it won't stop me from making this video. Anyways, now we have it here. Okay, build successful. 5 successful, 0 fail. That means we successfully built the server source code. No, the client source code, sorry. We can go back, Dragonica exe. This is where we're gonna find it. So we built Freedom, because that's a client, release, perfect. And here you can see it, Dragonica internal, perfect. Now we can copy paste this. We can go back, copy paste it in the client, release, and copy paste and overwrite it here. Okay, that was easy. We just pretty much easily compiled the client source code, just like that. You won't stumble upon errors as long as you use this config file and this specific version of Visual Studio. If you use any other version, I won't guarantee that it will work very well. So it's important that you configure this in this and install it properly. Anyways, that was the client source. Now the client source code. Now let's open the Archangel. It's important you always open the SLN and not the sudo, because that's not gonna work. Open this SLN, and we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna build solution. Okay. This one will take obviously a little bit longer because it's everything. Well, nothing really was changed, so it built pretty quickly. If you change something, it's obviously going to take a little bit longer. Okay, I don't know what happened now, but yeah. Anyways, it compiled successfully. 14 was successful. Then we can go back. We go back to Dragonica exe, because that's where everything's going to be compiled. Archangel. And here you can see SMC and MMC, because we're compiling the SMC and MMC as well in here. So obviously it didn't change because we didn't rebuild anything, so it's gonna have this date here. That's not an issue. If you click rebuild, it's gonna show the new modified date. So copy paste this, go back, go to server files, go into patch. No, sorry, not patch. GC, and overwrite it here. And then we can do the same thing with everything else in MMC, MMC exe, patch, and you have to make sure that you do it for every single one. The executables in here. So basically open all of these and drag and drop them into your server files folder. That's it. It's nothing more. Okay, so everything is good. We have compiled the source code. We have attached the database. We have made sure that the server files have the correct configs. Okay, everything is pretty much set up. We can start the server. To start the server, you have multiple options. You can start this one and this one, or you can start everything at once by start.bat. I prefer this one, honestly. We click it. Let's see. Everything opens. Perfect. It's loading. This one usually takes a while the first time. So, and the password for the server control is 1, 1. Now we wait. I already modified it so that some of the names of the maps are a little bit easier. Now we can see that this specific map is for Port of the Winds, amongst other maps, of course, not exclusively to Port of the Winds. This one is for the tutorial. So if, for example, you're just going to play the tutorial or just going to be in Port of the Winds, you know exactly what map you want to open. Or this one just for Odelia. So yeah, it's going to be easier for an average user to just know what maps this one open amongst other maps. Obviously, I can't write every single map that it opens because the text would be too long, but it's most important to know that map 105 for Odelia, 103 for Port of the Winds, 109 for the tutorial map. All right, that's pretty much it. Now we just have to wait for it to load. We can go back here in the meantime with the client and go to release, because we have to start the game by release. We can obviously not start the patcher. In the meantime, while it's starting, I'm just going to show you something, and that is that I also put some web files. I haven't tested it yet, but it should work with the database and everything, the website files and some patcher files. However, you shouldn't use these patcher files here. These are just the reference for what you need to compile to make a patcher. So yeah, just go into the source code, compile these, and yeah, you need these files in the root folder and etc. I'm not gonna make a guide on this. There's probably some guides already about it, but you have the files available here to make a patcher and make your website. Anyways, what I was going to show you guys is that inside of the tools folder, there is a GM tool. However, this time the GM tool will work directly with the database and everything. So in here, you can go to DGN tool server, and we're going to open the config. And here you can see that I've already set up everything with the same username and the same password. However, if you want to use this, you have to make sure that you edit all the what's in the source here. So I have my own SQL Management Studio, just like the server files. You have to edit this to your own SQL address for all of these here, down here and up here. And that's it. That's all you have to do to be able to launch the GM tool. The GM tool will work out of the box with this clean chapter 5 source code. So it's really, really essential if you want to edit, for example, a cash shop, or if you want to kick people in game, or if you want to send a system message and you're not in game. You have all the options on this. I already have a separate video about the GM tool, and I'm not gonna go into details about it, but it's very simple. And it works out of the box, like I said. You just have to edit the source to your own management studio address. It's really, really easy. Okay, going back, and we also have the MP pack here for the to unpack and pack the client. However, you're not gonna have to worry about that because this client is fully unpacked and it's in development mode, and it's just perfect for development use. Okay, let's go back here. We're gonna open some maps and the game and the server. We're gonna open all of these four. I usually skip these PvP maps. Go log, channel 1, switch 1, and I'm usually opening For the Winds, Odilia, and the tutorial. These are the most common ones. We're gonna open them. And now we wait a little bit. Alright, let's see. It's gonna open. Let's see. Let's give it some time. It seems to open as long as, usually if the contents are opening normally, that means everything is fine. If this one is read immediately or something isn't working, like for example there's an error and something are yellow or something are red immediately, with this file, it could be related to the port of the immigration. So maybe you need to edit the port from 1001 to 1002 if you're getting an error, and that's pretty simple. All you have to do is you have to go in here, you have to go into site config, and you have to find the immigration here. It's not here, it's in site. No, not site config. It's in here, site server. You have to find the port, and you can just edit the port here from 1001 to 1002, and then it should be fixed. But normally it should work out of the box. If you have nothing else, if you have no other server installed on your PC, no other server files, no other database, this should just work out of the box. Anyways, we have it up. We can start the game. Go into the client. I have the same MP pack in the client as well. It's the same MP pack as in here, but you can just prefer to use whatever you like. Like you can see, the client is really, really clean. It has no unusual stuff, nothing stupid stuff. And the game starts by default in full screen mode. Obviously you can change that. But for a cinematic experience, I recommend playing in full screen. It's really, really great. So I think there is already an account in the game. I'm just gonna check so that I know for sure. Okay, there is an account called Spidpex. It's already GM level in it. Okay, G potato gravity. Let's see here. Spidpex. Let's see. And the password is 123456. Yes, okay, here we are. This is a clean background for normal chapter 5. It has the player online count like Adept has. Put this in here. By the way, thank you so much for the help I've gotten from the Adept team and amongst other people. And I already made a character in here. It's level 2, it's in Odilia. Yeah, it's clean. No custom stuff, no annoying stuff, no custom quests, no custom maps. Everything original, everything GM. It's really nice. I strongly recommend people to try this out. There is no bullshit. You have the original Galaxia, you have the original F7, you have the original maps, the original names, the original NPCs. Mostly the names of the classes and stuff like that. Inventory is from G-Potato. The cash shop is been completely reworked. I've added many of the original items in here for both races. I've added pets, 2 pages of pets, outfits, balloons, weapons. Spent a lot of time on making all these available, and added a new big wheel with items, added mix board with items. I've done a lot of quality of life changes and fixed a lot of bugs that's been plagued this game for a long time. everything should work. So if you're planning on starting a new Dragonica project with friends for fun, or if you're gonna be dedicated to make your own private server, I strongly recommend you to delete all of the files that you have, all of the custom Hydra stuff, custom stuff people have given you, and start with the clean source code, chapter 5, with this one, and work your way up here. It's very easy, doesn't have any bugs as far as I've seen, and things should work. So yeah, just keep on, download this, use this, set it up, and play around with it, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. If you like original Dragonica, you are going to like this. If you hate custom bullshit, you're gonna like this. Anyways, that's it, guys. So thank you so much for watching the video. Share the video, spread the word, tell them that the man has made a new video. And yeah, I will see you guys, maybe, who knows?